Get her done. Just get her done. With fewer resources and less time, I empower you. Make it happen. I'm talking about feeling empowered. That's different. Feeling empowered is when you're self-motivated. Now, do you believe you can do it? Do you have the time, the knowledge, and the training to do what we're asking you to do? If you answer yes, good. Second question, will it work? Do you believe that we're asking you to do the process will work? Albert Bandura calls that response efficacy, believing that the behavior will lead to the ultimate outcome. Your common sense will tell you, when you believe you have a sense of autonomy, a sense of choice in what you're doing, you feel more self-motivated. B.F. Skinner taught us that too. In his book, Beyond Freedom and Dignity, way back in 1971, because I realized that I am controlled by consequences. But sometimes I don't feel controlled. When I'm working for a pleasant consequence, it feels good. It feels like I'm working to get something. When I'm working to avoid an aversive consequence, I feel controlled. That's called negative reinforcement. How'd you like to get drum lessons? How'd you like to play the drums? Oh man, would I ever? I'm thinking of Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa. Most of you guys don't know those names, but they were the drummers. In those days, a drum was in the front of the band. My parents bought me a beat-up old drum at an auction, and they said to me, if you get better, if your teacher tells us you're getting, they're holding me accountable. Teacher says you're getting better, we'll get you a better snare drum, and then a bass drum, and then some cymbals, and that was my vision, and that kept me going. He showed me stuff, I felt, wow. He showed me this little simple drum beat. Watch me, Scott, watch this. And I practiced it, and I did it. I'm feeling competent. He showed me a paradiddle. Listen, paradiddle, paradiddle. And he said, you go home and you practice next week, I want to see your paradiddle. And I said, I'm reading ahead. Because I'm self-motivated. I feel competent. I'm walking through Muhlenberg High School, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I see the music teacher, and he says, I hear you're learning to play the drums. I said, yeah, and I'm getting good. He said, you can march in the band. You can be the snare drummer. Whoa, that felt good. Another vision. I can do a paradiddle. That's regression. I want to see a drum roll. Week after week, now we're talking about distress. Now we're talking about apathy. Now we're talking about learned helplessness. That's what psychologists call it. I remember walking through that elementary school and seeing